Hi all, Dan here and welcome to Oligo Models. It's been a little while since we've had a Titanic video up, so today we're going to be doing stages 13, 14, 15 and 16 of build the RMS Titanic. So let's have a quick look and see what we're actually going to be doing in these stages. So if we flick through, so we have got a note in here advising us of a production issue. So it looks like we're going to be putting some more details onto the deck, as we got here, and then at the end of it, it looks like we're going to have a whole piece that we haven't done anything with. So issue 14 looks like we're going to be creating some more decking. We're going to have some details that are going to be going on to this. It looks like that's all that we're going to be doing in that stage. Issue 15 looks like we're going to be putting some more details on. It does look like we're going to be doing some work to the hull of the ship, putting another few bits on, and it looks like it's going to come out quite a bit. And then finally, issue 16 looks like we're going to be working on the first class gym and stairwell, adding more details onto it like that. So we've had a look through the magazine to see what we're going to be doing in these 4 stages. So without further ado, let's build this. So as you can see, we've got the forward well deck that we've worked on previously, and then we've got all these details here that we're going to be putting on. I believe it's these 2 small details here, the fairhead rollers and winches, the incorrect colour. So it does say not to glue them in, however, I'm not going to put them in at all. I'm going to wait for the replacement parts that I believe come with issue 21. I'm going to put those in then. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take these bits, as they've called them, and we're going to be putting those into place. I'm going to see whether or not how tight they go in. It actually goes in fairly tightly, so I'm not going to worry about gluing that down. So we've got one that goes there, one over on the far side, and then we've got one in there, and the final one going in there. So it then wants us to take the larger of the air vents, which is like this, and it's going to be going into this hole that's in the middle of the 2 coverings there. So I'm going to see that actually seems to go in okay without glue, so I'm not going to glue that one in. We've then got the 2 holes either side of it is where the fairhead rollers should be going. They're incorrect, so we're not going to put those in, so we're going to skip on to the next stage, which incidentally should be the 2 winches going into these 2 parts there, but again wrong colour, so we're going to leave those out. So we need to now take the smaller of the 2 of the air vents. We've only got 2 lots left. I'm going to locate the hole where it's going to go, and again I'm going to see whether or not it goes in. Okay, now that one is quite loose, so that is going to require a bit of glue. So I have a bit of glue in there. So I'm using my tweezers to help me. I'm going to push that down into there, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. Bit of glue, using my tweezers to help me support the vent. and push it down into place like that. Finally, we've got the two steps which are going to be going onto these two to these slots here. If we have a look at the back of them, we should hopefully see that we've got a bigger lug and a smaller lug. So there's only one way that they're going to be able to go in. So again, I'm going to see if it will go in without any glue. And that is actually a very tight fit in there, so I'm not going to need to worry about glue there. So again, we'll go over to the other side, push that down, and that is in place like that. So we haven't done anything with the keel, or the section of the keel that we've got in that issue, so we'll obviously keep that aside along with the screws that we've got with this pack. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So on to stage 14. We've got the officers' quarters, we've got some decking, and then we've got I think it's an air vent, and then the rest of all various different vents that we've got to be doing. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to peel off the backing for the decking, and then this needs to go onto here, making sure that it's lined up as well as we can with the various different holes that we've got both on the decking and on a plastic piece underneath. And there we go. Looks like that now, it's on there. So with all the various details that we've now got back out that we've got, we're going to start putting those on. So the first thing that we want to take is the cowled vent, which is the one that looks like this. We're going to locate where the various holes are. And it's going to be these two holes here. On the bottom, the lugs are a different size, so it can only go in one way. So again, I'm going to, as I've been doing before, I'm going to see if it goes in without glue. That is quite loose, so I'm going to put a bit of glue in there. And then we'll try again. And that's the first detail on. So next we're going to take vent D. Again, we're going to locate where that's going to go. Again, it's got two different size lugs, so it can only go in one way. So we're going to try that. And that one is a lot more, it's a lot tighter, so I don't need to worry about glue on that one. We're now going to take this swan neck vent. Again, identifying the right holes. Again, different size lugs. It is a little bit loose. It's on one side, so I'm going to put a bit of glue in. Just to make sure that stays in place. So then we've got again another vent, which is going to be going at this end here. This one is certainly a bit tighter, so I won't need to worry about any glue on that one. So we've then got this small air intake, which is very small. I'm going to have a look, and it's going to be going onto the decking just down here. So again, I have to use my tweezers here, I think. Let's have a look and see if that goes in without glue. This one's a bit fiddly. It doesn't want to go in. And there we go, after some persuasion, we've now got that air intake in over there. And then finally we've got, they call it vent B, this one here. We're not going to be doing anything at the moment, we've got to keep that safe until a later stage. So with stage 15 we've got another section of hull, we've got this ventilation duct here. We've got a couple of lifeboats, we've got some screws, I think we've got some hex screws in here, there's an Allen key and another, looks like an Allen key, or rather an angled screwdriver, which is going to be useful for doing the hull pieces. So with the officers' quarters back in that we've worked on in the last stage, we're going to bring in 2 lifeboats that we've got in this stage, and those are going to be fitted on here and here. So a little bit of super glue onto the supports. I'm going to take the first lifeboat, quite simply place it on top like so, and we've now got our 2 lifeboats in place. So bringing the whole piece back in that we've worked on previously, we're now going to be using this whole section that was from stage 13 that we didn't use, along with the screws. We're going to be lining this up, putting this underneath there, and we're going to be fitting this into place with 2 IM screws. So we've got our first one. Second one going in, as we are going into metal, I'm using some oil just to help a couple of threads. I think I'm going to bring in a bigger screwdriver to make sure that this is nice and tight. And that now looks like that. So with this turned around, we're going to take the whole piece that we've received in this issue, and this is going to be going on over here. Like that. So with that in place, we're going to be fitting it in with 4 IM screws onto the bottom. Again, using a bit of oil. And the 4th one. Now we can see this now looks like this. So with this now turned around, we've got our Allen key and we've got 2 hex screws. We're going to be connecting this, the joining panel here and here, onto the whole section that we've just put in. So I've just realised that the Allen key that we've got isn't magnetised at all, so it's going to be slightly hard. So I am going to now try and use the magnetiser that we've got on our shop to magnetise the Allen key and hope it will make life a little bit easier. So as you can see, we've got the magnetised and demagnetized sections. Quite simply, all I'm going to do is put this in a few times, and now we're going to see whether or not it holds the screws, which it does. And there we have it, finally, after a lot of struggling, those two are now in place, and we've now got a hole looking like this. Actually, we're going to bring it up here. We're going to see this is how big it's starting to get already. Very big, and also got a lot of weight into it. Okay, so on to issue 16. We've got some more vents, we've got a ventilator hood, we've got the superstructure of the stairwell, and the decking. So like always, when we get these new pieces of decking, first thing we're going to do is peel off the backing, like so, and we're going to fit it on to the top, again making sure that any of the holes that we've got in the decking are lined up with holes that are below, and that looks like this. So the first vent that we're going to be taking is this swan neck vent. We're going to be making sure this is round the correct way. Again, the two lugs on the bottom can only go one way. We're going to push it into place like that. It's a bit loose on one side, so I am going to just got a little bit of glue just to that peg, hopefully hold that into place a bit better. So with the next vent, we're going to locate where that's going to go on here, which is these two holes that we've got just on here. We're going to push that into place. It's gone in quite nicely, it's not loose, so we're not going to worry about glue. We're then going to take this other vent that we've got here, locating the holes we've got down here, and again we're going to push that into place like so, and then this part we're going to be keeping safe for a future issue. And that is that pack all complete. We do have various different pieces of decking that we've been working on now. The hull is certainly starting to come together nicely, and the whole boat as a whole looks like there's going to be quite a good bit of detail in there. So any of the tools that you have seen me working with in this video are available on our shop. Head on over to oligomodels.com where you'll be able to find them. The tweezers that we've got, I do know that Wayne over on the World of Wayne channel has been featuring those. They are now in stock on the channel, so you can get those for yourselves. The oil that you've seen me using, again, that's in stock, along with the magnetizer and demagnetizer. Again, head on over to oligomodels.com where you'll be able to find those all for yourself. Anyway, if you did like the video, please do remember to leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then anytime a new video comes out, you'll be notified about that. Until next time, take care and keep modelling.